Hello, hello.
Hey guys, welcome back.
Tale of Two Thrifters, Jan
Jennifer.
and John. We're going to do our October wrap up. So, the first full month of Q4. Is it as good as everybody says it is for them? So, we're just going to go through it. And I'll put it up right here so you can follow along. But for the month of October, it was actually really good. I'm not gonna lie.
It was a good month. It was.
Yeah. So,
And we don't know, the majority of our sales came from Poshmark. So I am going to attribute this to Prime Lister. I'm
well,
telling you guys, it's made a huge difference in my sales.
yeah. So if you've seen our previous month's wrap up videos, you'll remember that eBay always had
Always
the
was.
lion's share of revenue.
Not anymore.
So we're gonna break into this, but let me go ahead and give you the individual stuff first. So we'll start off Mercari only because it's the smallest platform. And Mercari basically Jen had $68.45. And her net earnings, because there's no buyers or no sellers fees, is $68.45. And so you back out the cost of goods, which in this case was $9.56. She actually made a profit of $58.89. Okay.
Yay.
Now, Poshmark. No, we'll leave Poshmark for last.
Okay.
Okay. eBay. Now, from watching the previous videos that I was basically screwing around with promotion fees and things like that, and really, really hurting my income. And so, how it lined out for October, I had gross sales of $1,945.95. So,
Wait a minute.
almost $2,000.
I thought Poshmark beat eBay this month.
Hey, you're getting ahead of yourself.
Oh, okay.
Okay. So almost $2,000. Net earnings was $1,306.61. Cost of goods was about $129. And so my actual real profit, take home pay, uh, barring any taxes to be paid, was $1,178.12, which basically was much, much better than what it was in September. Matter of fact, about $600 more than it was in September. So, Prime Lister, how did it impact Poshmark sales? Can you read that?
$1,331. Net earnings $1,112.18. Cost fees were $218.82. We weren't talking about that though. Cost of goods is $129. So the real profit there was $983.18. So what do you want me to say other than that?
Well, that was $674 better
Than the month before.
than last month.
Right.
That's
a
is
huge increase.
Absolutely
Definitely
huge.
worth $25 for Poshmark. I mean, for a Prime Lister.
Yeah, absolutely.
To go up that much in a month.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Okay, so how that breaks down, you hear other resellers talking about average sales price needing to have a minimum, right? And I've heard like $20. The higher, the better, because your return for your time and effort and everything, the higher, the better it is for you, right? So the way it averaged out, Poshmark, Jennifer actually sold 46 items. Now, divide that by the total sales, it actually came out to an average sales price of $28.93. So,
It's pretty good.
way above $20.
Mm-hmm. That's great.
Mercari, Jennifer sold 3 items. And that average sales price was actually $22.82. Again, above $20. And on eBay, I sold 40 items, which the average sales price was $33.50. So overall, for the month of October, we sold 89 items, which really doesn't sound like a whole lot. But again, we're just starting out doing this. But our average sales price across all platforms was $30.78. So I don't think that we're doing too shabby. I mean,
No, that's good.
More is better. But
Sure. I'd love for our average sales price to be $50, but that's a big goal.
yeah, and the thing is, I talked about it in other videos about how important it is to benchmark your business, particularly if you're looking at doing this full time. If you're going to pay all your bills, get your groceries, have fun, mortgage, rent, all that other stuff to be covered by your full-time online reselling job. So, because if you can't measure it, you can't really grow. Does that make sense?
Absolutely.
Okay. So with that being said, Jen, why don't you go over your highest selling?
You don't want me to just do them all?
It's up to you. I mean, I don't know that you have to do really anything over $20.
Well, I think people want to know what's selling.
Yeah, and the reason why I'm so hesitant about this is because Jennifer sold 46 items. And if she talks a minute per item sold, that's 46 minutes.
I won't talk a minute per item sold. We'll just say what the item is, how much we made. You pop up a picture, we'll go to the next one. But, really quick, I want to let y'all know I have a cough drop in my mouth because I have a sore throat. So, if I start coughing, I'll just hand it over to you. Because I got something going on right now. I don't know what it is. But I don't feel
cooties,
good.
y'all.
I got the cooties. I did get a flu shot this week, and I swear that's why I'm sick.
Yeah?
But I'm autoimmune, and they always say, oh, the flu shot won't make you sick. It made my body go crazy. I've been achy all week. My neck is hurting. My throat's killing me. Anyway, could be allergies, but I'm telling you, there's something about that dadgum flu shot I got. And I only got one this year because we have the baby in the house 4 days a week.
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't want the baby to get sick. And I
4 days and nights.
Yeah, I know the baby's, so small. And I didn't want him to get sick if we got sick. So I went for it. And now I'm suffering the consequences. Anyway, I may go to urgent care in the morning to make sure I don't have strep or something.
Nobody cares. They're tuning in about this stuff. So
They do. They do care about our lives. Do you
No.
guys care about our life? Anyway, okay, let's get to it. First item that I sold this month. Tory Burch Large Black York Buckle Tote. Saffiano leather gold buckles with dust bag. I paid $5 for that. Sold it for $125. My earnings were $113.53. Also sold Dooney & Burke Signature Jacquard Satchel. Handbag. Excellent use condition. Cost was $3. Sold it for $55. My earnings were $48.15. Then I sold a Trina Turk merino wool striped comfy v-neck camp dress, which is like a sweater dress. Paid $5 for it. Sold it for $49. Made $39.20. Have my handy dandy computer here, so excuse me, guys. I'm going over it. I can never say this word. Swarovski. I can't say it right. Hilt rose gold necklace, circular pendant. Cost of goods $0. And that was because we picked it up at the bins. It was in the bins, and it weighed practically nothing.
Oh, yeah.
So I think we just put $0 in there because it really didn't cost us anything. We took it through, but, the weight of it was nothing. So anyway, the order price was $44. I made $35.20. Rock Revival bootcut Jessica jeans in dark wash, mid-rise whiskering. These, I think...
Didn't you get that in a kind of a bulk or
I think I
bundle
did.
type of deal?
I think I did. So there's a zero cost of goods, basically.
I
Order
think
price
in
was
truth it's
40.
like,
Yeah, I think
I
it's
think you
probably
like
$1 or
no,
something.
it's probably like $5
I don't
that you
think
paid
so.
for it.
Anyway, you put 0 in there, so I just went with that.
No,
I
that's
guess,
not me. That's what you put
oh,
in.
there was
Poshmark.
no number in there. Okay. Order price was 40. I made $32.
Someone's record keeping and documentation in
You're
Poshmark
right.
is lacking.
Zara boots. I sold a pair. They were like combat boots. I
Well,
remember.
hang on. So rock revivals used to be big. Apparently, they haven't gone totally away. I just want to point that out.
No, you can still sell them. They just don't sell for as much as they used to. I sold a pair of Zara boots, black leather buckle, embossed flowers, combat style lace up. I paid $10 for them, sold them for $40, made $35.46 after everything. Liza Lynn limited cottage core prairie core 3-piece cord dress vintage gingham. I paid $3 for it. Purchase price was $40. I made $34.99. Then I sold a pair of Night Court Vision Low White Magic Ember tennis shoes. I paid $10 for them, sold them for $36. Made $31.34. William Rast high-rise snake metal jeans. These were, I have the cost price in there as $13. I'm not sure that that's correct, but we'll go with it. That may be the difference over there. Anyway,
She might have been holding the baby in one arm as she was typing on her
I've
phone
actually
or
had
something.
these jeans for a very long time. So somebody sent me an offer of $36. They were new and they're very expensive jeans.
Said,
I took
sold.
it. I took it, and I actually ended up making $31.33. That was what I get. Then I sold a pair of Doc Martens toddlers kids boots, black patent. Y'all may remember those from a video. I only paid $1 for them, sold them for $35. I make $28. Then I sold a pair of St. John Collection Santana knit pants in chocolate. I paid $2 for those at the bins, I remember. A long time ago I've had these. So somebody sent me an offer for $35. I took it also. I made $30.55. I was happy to sell some of my older items this month. A lot of older items went out the door and I was very happy. So if I got an offer on something that had been sitting, I was like, you have it. Anyway, a gorgeous plunge long sleeve maxi dress. This was like a no brand. It was a style pickup. And I actually got that at the Amazon bins when we used to go to the bins.
That's no longer open?
It's no longer open. It says here there's nothing in there for cost of goods. I think it cost me $1. It was on one of those days where you fill a bag for $10.
Oh.
And I probably had so much in there. It probably really only cost 50
Oh, it cost
cents.
something. Yeah.
It cost something. But anyway, the order price was $32. I make $25.60. Then I sold a pair of Naot side zip embossed leather boots. I thought these were not that cute. And they had been sitting for a while. I paid $5 for them. I bought them for the brand because people like that brand. It's an expensive brand. Order price, I accepted an offer of $31. Took it happily. And I made $26.79. I sold a Coach Poppy Graffiti Signature Pouchette. I bought that for $3. Sold it for $30. Made $25.74. Rock Revival again. Women's blue jeans, Ada boot size, blah, 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 bling rhinestones. I paid $5 for those. Sold them for $30. Took an offer of $30. And I made $25.85. Then I sold a pair of BKE leopard print layered Oh, no, it wasn't a pair. It was a jacket. It was a layered pea coat with pockets. It was really cute, but I've had it for a while. Another one of those. There's no price in here. I remember I picked that up at the bins. It was probably a few dollars. Order price $30. I made $25.71. That was another one that had been sitting. I was happy to accept an offer on. Okay, you just totally confused me by doing that. Let me find my place again. Okay, I sold a pair of new with tags, American Eagle jeans, dreamy drape, super high-rise baggy wide legs. You don't have a price in here. I think we paid $5 for those.
No,
I
you don't have a
price
price in
here. I think we paid $5 for those. I sold
Jen
them for
seems
$30.
to think that I created this spreadsheet. I downloaded it from Poshmark's site.
I made $25.85 on those. And then I sold a Boston Proper zip front jacket with double breast zip pockets and waist hip pockets. Paid $3, sold it for $30, made $24. Then I sold a pair of Ed Hardy poppy sneakers. They were the Joker sneakers, slip-on platform. Paid $2, sold them for $29, made $23.20. Then I sold a pair of Maine Woods boots that have been in my closet for a while. I paid $5 for them. They sold for $29 on an offer. I took it and made $24.80. Then I sold Talbot's high-rise straight leg velveteen jeans. Paid $2, sold them for $29, made $23.20. Then a Pearl Izumi Elite cycling jersey. That's what bikers like to wear when they go biking. I paid $2 for it. I think I got it at the bins.
Prevents chafing.
Mm-hmm. Sure. Anyway, it sold for $28. I made $22.40. Then SAS, I had these for a while. SAS used to do really well, even though grandma looking shoes. There's no price in here. I think I paid $3 for those. I don't know why that sticks in my head after all this time, because they have been sitting for a minute. Anyway, they sold for $28. I made $23.79. Then I sold a Madame Alexander Little Miss Muffet doll. I paid $8, sold it for $25, and made $20. But that was a huge lot, and that lot had already been paid for. So really, flannel shirt, mini dress. I don't think that was branded. It wasn't. It was a style pickup. Paid $2, sold it for $25, made $20. Equipment, 100% silk sleeveless blouse, keyhole back. I paid $2, made $20, or sold it for $25, made $20.99, which was great. Ralph Lauren purple label Italian made button down dress shirt. I paid up for that. I paid $8 for it. It was Ralph Lauren purple label, but I think it was the pattern. It sat there for a while in my closet, so I decided to take an offer of $25 just to get rid of it, and I made $21.15. BDG Urban Outfitters denim cargo overalls, another one that had been sitting forever. I got them at the bins, paid $2. Ended up selling them for $25, which was really low for what they were, but I didn't care. It was an offer. And I made $20.99. Then I sold some vintage Campbell Kids mugs, and I paid $5 for them. Sold them for $24, made $19.20. Silva Mexican woven leather sandals, artisan huaraches. These were a pair of just handmade sandals. Paid $2 for them. Sold them for $22, made $17.60. Then I sold a Rafter P pearl snap long sleeve paisley western shirt. Paid $2, sold it for $21, made $17.30. Then I sold a pair of Clark's Narrative pumps, Kendra Sienna patent leather nude. I paid $1 for those. That was on one of those Goodwill days where Sunday.
Oh.
Where you get that label color for $1.
The Goodwill where I never find anything.
Yeah. Anyway, they sold for $20. I made $16. Cutter and Buck dry tech pants, new without tag. Paid $2, made $20, or sold for $20, made $16. Then Oneida Tuscany flatware stainless steel salad fork, a lot of 4 replacement pieces. Paid $1 for those, sold them for $20, made $16.31. Then these pants were in my closet forever. These Lucy Flex Capri Active pants, gray like new. Paid $2 for them. I think these came from the bins. Pretty sure they did. They're a good brand, but they sat and sat. But anyway, somebody offered me $20 for them. I took it, made $16. Flying Monkey mid-rise ankle jeans, distressed, blah, blah, blah. Paid $2 for those. Those came from the bins also. Made $18, or sold them for $18, made $14.40. And then a pair of Pally Hawaii buckle sandals. Paid $3 for those. Sold them for $18, made $14.46. Then I sold a pair of Zara high-waisted busted knees light wash mom jeans. My cost was $2. Sold them for $15, made $12. A pair of recycled barn. Oh, it was not a pair. It was a barn. One of those 10 barn signs we got for free, if y'all remember, on the side of the road. And I sold
Curbside finds.
Curbside find. I sold it for $15 and made $12. Not a lot, but hey, that was free money. I sold a pair of 9 West leather ankle strap heels, stilettos. Oh, those were the ones we also got at Goodwill on $1 day. Sold them for $15, made $11.65.
Yeah, because you normally don't pick up 9 West, but those are brand new.
They were brand new, and we got them for $1. So I went ahead and picked them up, and I ended up making $11.65. So, like, that's what I made. So that's good. Lydell NYC, new with tags, Alex Crystal Floral Design Bracelet. Oh, okay. I couldn't remember what that was. This has a 0 cost. I think it came from the bins. And it was new. Had the tag on it. And so, really, because of weight, it probably didn't cost anything. And that's probably why I didn't put anything in there. But anyway, it sold for $15. I made $11.66. Then I sold a women's Chico's black adjustable belt with silver tone hook. Okay. It has a 0 in there. I think I paid $2 for that belt. Sold it for $14. $11.05 is what I would have ended up with. Then Tumbleweed Textiles Willie for President gray graphic t-shirt. Somebody gave me a bag of clothes and it was in there, so it was free. I sold it for $13, made $10.78. And then a pair of Victoria's Secret leggings I've had forever, leopard animal print. I paid $1 for those. I think those came from the bins. Sold them for $12, made $9.84. And then I sold a metallic woven scarf that I paid $2 for $8. I made $6.12 on that one. But anyway, all together, it comes up really well. I'll take it. I'll take it. $1,331, and I actually made $1,112.18. Not too bad from sales last month that were horrible in my opinion. Mercari, I do have to say, I did not do a lot of listing on Mercari this month. I only sold 3 things, but it's really probably not Mercari's fault. I mean, I never sell a ton on there, regardless of how hard I work, but I didn't do anything on Mercari this month. But I still sold 3 things. I sold Cabbage Patch Kids slippers. They were totally 80s. They had the Cabbage Patch head on the toes. And they were like kids slip in. I sold them for $26 and I made $26 because that's how Mercari works. I sold a Scooby-Doo lunchbox that had some little bobblehead Scooby-Doos in it for $19.95, and I made $19.95. I sold a Madame Alexander. I don't remember which doll this was, but one of the dolls, I think it might have been Peter Pan. For $22, it was a very small one. Yeah. For $22 something, I can't see it there, John. Oh well, $22. We're just gonna go with that, and I made $22. Yeah. So there you go.
So on Poshmark, a lot of your sales really centered around $30, which was, the more you have of that, the better, right? And, there might be some negative comments about, oh, you got that for so cheap, or whatever versus
if we can just take 1 second to talk about that.
Yeah. People
that feel that way, there are plenty of channels to watch. Because, let me tell you why. Nobody realizes the work that goes into finding these items. We go out all the time. We spend a lot of time thrifting. We use gas. We use our time. It's our full-time job. So, yeah, I might have paid $2 and sold it for $30, but that's the payback for the work that you do.
Yeah, and we're not going to argue with somebody that puts something out in a yard sale or a garage sale
If they want $2, they're going to get $2.
Yeah.
We're not going to, I mean, unless it's something ridiculous. I probably would throw 10 at somebody if it was something crazy.
Right.
But, you know, if somebody, we're paying what people are asking.
Mm-hmm.
So don't be ridiculous. This is what the market says we can sell it for. We do what we run our comps. We sell things for the price that it's going for. People are willing to pay if they want it. It's a sought after item or whatever. There's nothing wrong with that. So people stop. Not people. We might have had a comment.
Yeah, but I know that there's others that do comment about that. And I think I can chalk it up to they have terrible sourcing skills or terrible negotiating skills. They haven't mastered the art of
We're not ripping anybody off. We're not.
Yeah. I mean, and the thing is, there have been plenty of times, and you know, we're not like some of the other YouTubers that carry the camera with them, videoing them at yard sales and, you know, doing all that.
Occasionally, but not very often.
Yeah, I don't know the comfort level because a lot of folks are like, you know, I don't give my consent.
On camera.
I don't want to be, you know, anyway. But there are times where I'm like, keep it, you know, keep the change or whatever. So,
sure.
But anyway, okay, so let's go to eBay. I'm not going to go through the laundry list like Jennifer did.
Why?
Because we cover it in when we source.
But they don't know
Well,
what's
their cost
sold.
of good.
They want to know what actually sold. How many items did you sell?
Me, I sold 40.
Oh, okay. You don't want to do what I just did.
No. And the thing
Lazy.
is, it prompts the viewers of this video to go, maybe we should go check out the other videos where we source from garage sales.
They don't know what
and all
sold
that.
and what
I know,
didn't.
but you know, and
I think you should go through it. Why don't I go through it?
Well, no. Here's something that we probably haven't covered. Me, not so much because I started in June, right? So July, August, September, October, November. So 5 months in. 5 months in as my full-time job, right? So my inventory hasn't sat for more than 6 months. Okay,
right.
But I think going forward, we're gonna have to include, you know, hey, how long did it take to sell? Because I see other resellers on YouTube saying, oh yeah, it sold in 90 days. That was wonderful. You know, unless you're somebody else that sells regularly $9,000 or $10,000 over a weekend, and they're like, yeah, it sat on the shelf for 2 weeks. I thought I was never gonna get rid of it. You know, and I'm kind of the same way. I buy something so I can flip it real quick.
Things generally do not sell immediately.
Yeah,
if they do, it's a big deal. Now, back in the day when I used to do eBay a long time ago, I could list something, and before I got ready to list another item, the same, you know, like if I was doing listings, that other item would have sold.
Well, I mean, that's how it started
like
for me in June.
It's not like that anymore.
Girl, remember I was selling those model trucks?
Yeah, but
I would list them in the morning. They were sold that afternoon or within an hour.
Items, maybe, but most things sit for a while.
I know, and I've had to come to terms with that.
He
so,
has.
with that confession,
I told him to quit
and
marking
the
everything
acceptance
down.
of realities.
Let it sit for a minute.
Anyway, the best deal best sale that I had last month was those Tony Lama ostrich boots. If you remember, I picked them up for $15, sold them for $130, took them on an offer, which was wonderful. You know, someone else got a great deal on it because I saw what was listed, and I was like, my gosh, people are greedy, but that's okay. We live in a capitalist society. I sold some fireplace andirons that Jen had gotten from somewhere. So
I paid does it say 10?
Yeah, $10.
I didn't pay $10 for those.
You told me $10.
You put that in.
Yeah, you told me $10.
I think I got that from that one guy.
I think it's safe to say that I've proven myself in properly documenting things on my selling platform, whereas you put a big fat goose egg where you should have put some kind of figures.
Sorry.
But anyway, those were tucked away inside of our little photo closet because nobody likes getting their toes
and bulky.
Yeah.
And they hurt if you kicked them.
Yep. And then I sold some Queen swag that we picked up at a garage sale. This guy was just giving stuff away.
And I told John, and John was looking at me like, really, you're going to buy that?
Well, it was $1, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was $1 for a bag of stuff, or $2 for a bag of stuff. I see it up there.
But what previously sold at around 95 to 100, low hundreds, it wasn't getting that. So I took an offer of 70, asked Jen, she's like, yes, because we've had it, I don't know,
2 months.
60 days.
He can't stand it.
It's like, man,
I've been here for 60 days.
I could probably grow 3 beards in 60 days. All right, the Netgear AC1750, that router I told you about that I was like, oh, man, sold it for $60. So that was awesome. And that I had maybe a couple of weeks. The Sega Saturn, got that. I think I sat on that for about a month, but that sold for about $60, untested, and it sold to a shop that specializes in vintage game systems. So that worked out real well.
Hey.
What?
The next one? You didn't tell me sold. I still have those listed on Poshmark.
Seriously?
Yeah, you didn't tell me you sold those.
Well, take them off Poshmark.
Okay.
I sold them mother's jeans, the size 24, for $56. That was nice. That I think we only had that for a couple of weeks.
Yeah.
Canon A1100 camera, I think I had that for about a week, and it sold for $56, and I paid $5 for that. The Red Wing boots, remember? If you saw the video, I was gonna find me some Red Wings, right? And I did. Some. And Jennifer prettied them up, and I was honest in my eBay description as to its condition and all that.
The condition was trash.
Yeah, those same boots, they were the 866 models. They were easily selling for like 120 and up, but this. The uppers, I mean, yeah, they were wore out, but what made them not as valuable was the soles were completely shot, and I had shown pictures of that, and so I sold those for $50. They were flat.
They weren't shot. They didn't have any holes. They weren't.
There's no
apart.
tread.
Yeah, but
they were like racing slicks. You know, very, very slippery. Okay, and then sold a couple of motors off of an old wheelchair for about $50. The shipping on that was, geez, $56. It was crazy. Wrangler jacket, sold that pretty quick. We only had that for probably a couple of weeks for $45.99.
I just paid a couple bucks for that at a garage sale.
Yeah, and then I sold that the lot of smartphones and feature phones for $45 and paid $5 for that. One of those Radio Shack scanners, I sold it for $45. My very first purse that I sold, the Coach Pink Classic, sold that for $42.79. So I must say I'm rather proud of that. You know, in this day and age, right? And then I sold some Durango boots for about $40. They were incredibly nice, you know, when I got those. And I couldn't believe the guy only wanted $4 for them, because I asked him again and again. And then I felt better about it because I paid too much for a Guitar Hero microphone. So it all evened out. And I sold that other Radio Shack scanner for about $30. That was the one that the screen was kind of jacked up on it. It worked, but it was really hard to see that LCD screen. So on those scanners and those phones that we got from that estate sale, I didn't hang on to those long at all.
I think you probably sold them too cheap. Somebody got a really good deal on something they wanted there, but that's okay.
See, I disagree.
You made money.
I disagree.
You made money.
The whole point of that is, in my definition of being a reseller, is to flip it quick, is to make money and all this. Because I used to sell trucks years and years and years ago, and if you ever, and I'm not one of those, you know, used car sales guys, even though I did sell used trucks. But anyway, part of
They were commercial trucks.
yeah, but part of running a business like that is they have inventory tax. So if you have vehicles that are not sold sitting on your lot, they assess a tax. Yeah, it's a very, very, very small percentage, but you're being assessed that every month. And it's like, why? It costs you, to have it sitting on your shelf or in your bin or whatever. And so, in my definition, I'm the type that, what is it? You spend a penny to get a quick nickel instead of waiting a long term and
Getting
for a
it done.
dime. Yeah. So, I'm more about getting it flipped. And on eBay I've got 270 something items now actively listed. Theoretically, I should be selling 270 something a month. What I list should equal what I've sold. So I've got to do a better job on managing that. So, by the way, we have an eBay store now. That's kind of a big announcement actually for us.
Why?
We have an eBay store.
He bought in. He finally bought in. He needed to list more items.
It was either that or pay 35-cent insertion fee for everything over 200.
Nah.
And I didn't realize, or the 250. And I didn't realize that's 250 active listings a month. I thought it was 250 new listings a month.
Yeah, I knew that was crazy.
I'm an idiot. So again, I'm still learning. So I'm over the 250, and it wouldn't take long for me to list additional items at 35 cents to meet the monthly cost of a basic eBay store. So I went ahead and pulled the trigger.
He bit the bullet.
Yep. But
so he got a store on eBay, and we added Prime Lister to Poshmark, and we are doing so much better.
It's $50 between the two. That's $50 a month, and our sales are getting better now. We got the rest of Q4 to go through, and then we're going to have the famine of Q1.
Maybe not. Maybe we'll figure it out.
Yeah. So anyway,
I know in the past, I was kind of like part-time reseller before. I don't remember any October being this great for myself personally. But then again, it wasn't a full-time thing for me. It was a part-time thing. Mm-hmm. But I don't remember October being like bam, like it has been for us so far. And now we're in November. We're still rolling. I'm still selling items every day. So I'm excited.
Not me. I don't know. Someone's been looking through my stuff and buying the cheap things.
They're like, oh, poor John. Let me buy something cheap from them.
I made $3 on that item. I think
my listing stuff that you only make $3.
I think my ASP is going to be a lot lower in November.
Yeah, quit listing that stuff. It's not worth your time. We need to have a major listing spree. We are trying to clean our office out. It is much better. Yeah. Much better than it was. I had John hang me some shelves in here to hang some purses on and things like that. But we still have a lot of backstock, or what's the word? Death pile
items. It's not a death pile. It's stuff we haven't gotten
working.
to.
I mean, it's a work through pile that we need to go through. And by the way, it rained this weekend.
So
we really didn't garage sale. We went to an estate sale.
No, we actually went to one garage sale. It was a church sale.
And then we went to that estate sale. And I bought those boots.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Yeah. So we hit 2 sales and we bought a couple of things. But it really wasn't anything to bring you guys a video on. And it was time to do our October wrap-up. So that's why we're doing this.
Yeah, and I think going forward, depending on if we do sell more, we'll probably do a weekly wrap-up.
We really should.
That way our monthly wrap-up won't be as long. We can just hit the high points.
So our next video will be tomorrow on the first week of
So stay tuned.
Wow.
Oh, I do have a thought, and I'd like.
What?
Yeah, I know it's rare, but I'd like to get your comments,
Sorry.
your feedback, if you would. Are you doing anything else? I mean, if you're full time reselling, is it enough to make your bills? Or are you working any side hustles or anything else to kind of, uh, you know, make it?
Until your full time becomes full time worthy.
Yeah. So depending on the comments that we get, it may prompt us to do another video because, while the $2,000 is much better than what we've done before,
It's not a living
it's
wage.
still not enough to live on.
It's not.
Yeah. So I just thought I'd put that out there. If you want to weigh in, that'd be great. Just put it in the comments. If you want to maintain your privacy, just email us at taleoftwothrifters@gmail.com. That way nobody else can be nosy and see what's in your business. And we won't share, that on a personal level on video. But it'll kind of give us an idea, because,
we know people
Yeah.
can't make it in the beginning if they just jump into full-time reselling.
Yeah.
So we want to know if other people are using side hustles to cover their bills and calling themselves full-time resellers.
Yeah. And there are others that I've seen YouTubers that have quit full-time reselling and went back to having a job.
Right.
And then just doing part-time
We're not
reselling.
quitting, just so you know.
Yeah, we're
That's
not
what
quitting.
this is about.
Yeah.
We want to know if other people have side hustles.
Yeah. Because
with
we
their
are
full-time-
thrifters.
Yeah, we're thrifters, and we're wondering if people have side hustles to go along with what you're calling full-time reselling to keep yourself up while you're, or to get yourself up in a bad month or whatever. What do you do to maintain the difference in your income, or to get your income to where it needs to be to afford everything?
Yeah, like
So-
do you give blood or donate plasma so you have enough money to go garage sailing? Stuff like that.
You're
Anyway,
so crazy.
this video is long enough.
It was long.
Okay. Well, until next time,
Oh my gosh, you just made me think of the best story though. Can I tell it?
I guess.
You know what I'm going to say. So when we were young, like newly married young, we had some friends, and I don't know how to say it without saying anybody's name. I'm trying to be careful. You'll know, one person who watches this video will know exactly who I'm talking about. But anyway, her boyfriend at the time needed some money. You know the story. I'm telling it. And so he was gone all day with a friend of his, and he came home, and we were like, "Where have you been?" And he was like, "Well, I went to sell some plasma." And we were like, "What?" He was like, "Yeah, I went to sell some plasma. I needed some money." And we were like, "Are you kidding?" And he goes, "Yeah, it was bad. I didn't eat, and I almost passed out." And we were like, "What? They let you get plasma and you hadn't eaten?" He goes, "Well, I got there and they asked me if I'd eaten, and I said no. And so they said, well, you have to leave and go eat before you can donate plasma." So he left and didn't have any money, and he came back and they were like, "Did you get something to eat?" And he was like, full. And I tell you what, I have laughed about that story for what, 20 years?
Yeah.
20-something years I've laughed about this story, because and then he almost passed out because he didn't really eat, little liar. Anyway, I'm surprised.
That's
something
real.
bad did- That's a real story.
I used to give blood, and there's a reason why they give you orange juice and
Right.
cookies and donuts.
He was
at the end
given
of
plasma.
It. Yeah.
And didn't eat. Full. Anyway, that's one of those back in your college days when you were super poor stories.
The ramen and mac and cheese days.
Yeah.
Hey, we still have ramen
We
and mac
do.
and
We
cheese.
like it too.
All right.
Anyway,
Well, until next time.
we're sorry, guys. We didn't mean for it to be so long. We were having fun with you, though. So have a great weekend, rest of the weekend. We'll see you guys soon for the first week of November video. Have a great, great week.
Keep thrifting.
Keep thrifting. Bye, guys.
Bye.